Hey everyone, it's Ryan here. So I am making this quick video. These are my predictions for WWE Greatest Royal Rumble, which is taking place in Saudi Arabia. I think it's the first pay-per-view in a long time outside the US. Other than, well, I say that there was Beast in the East in Japan a few years ago, but I think it's the first time doing something in Saudi Arabia, which is pretty cool. Um, I already love the Royal Rumble match as it is. The fact it's a 50-man Royal Rumble, I'm so happy for it. The only downside is they're winning a trophy, but they're not getting. I don't think they're getting anything after that. It's literally for the sake of a trophy, which I'm not really against, considering there's the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal as well. But I'll just give you my predictions. I think there's 10 matches. I think there's a little controversy, as I've just read, that there aren't actually any women's matches. Mate, I don't think there's something over there about women wrestling not being legal or something, but who knows? I don't know what goes on over there. Um, but I'm very much looking forward to this. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to watch it live because I'm going to watch Avengers Infinity War tonight. So I'll get back, try and catch up with it. Hopefully not get it spoiled for me, so I'm not really going to check online for it. But so there are 10 matches. I'm going to go through my predictions and give like a brief description of the build up to each one. So first off, we will go with John Cena versus Triple H. There is no build up whatsoever. It's literally a dream match, I guess, despite the fact it's well. The nice thing about it is the tail of the tape was a really interesting thing to watch. Um, so obviously Cena's a 16-time champ, Triple H is a 14-time champ. They're both two-time Royal Rumble winners. Um, I can't remember. There was something about Triple H beating Cena somewhere for something. Can't remember when. But Cena's highlight was he beat Triple H at WrestleMania 22 to win. I don't think he won the WWE title. I think he retained it. I'm not sure though. But yeah, there was that. But I'm gonna go with Triple H for this, mainly because whenever there's sort of unique events like this, Triple H normally wins, and because he loses so many times where he's at pay-per-view, it's nice when he wins every once in a while, so it'll be nice for him to win. Considering John Cena's last pay-per-view, he lost to Undertaker in about 3 minutes. I'm hoping this goes on for about 10 to 15 minutes, but Triple H, I think, should get the win. Just for the sake of it. It'll be a nice match. It's been God knows how many years since they last faced each other anyway, so it'll be nice. We've got Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor versus Samoa Joe versus The Miz in a ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. Now, basically, Seth and Finn are both on Raw, Samoa Joe and The Miz are both on SmackDown. Now, what could happen is, depending on what result this is, will change what happens in the other one. So for this one, I'm going to go with Seth to retain. Seth's been brilliant in ladder matches. Obviously, Finn won his NXT title in a ladder match. Or I think he retained it in a ladder match. Or maybe he won it, I can't remember. So I don't think The Miz is going to win. Like, Miz is highly unlikely considering he's moved to SmackDown. But if there was a twist that the title would go to SmackDown, I would have Samoa Joe win it. But I'm going to stick with Seth this one. I think the title's going to stay where they are. But I think it should be a good match either way. You got Jeff Hardy defending his US title against Jinder Mahal. Build-up was Jinder was traded to Raw, and then instantly had to defend his title against Jeff Hardy in the first match of the night, which he actually lost. Jeff Hardy actually won it, making him the newest Grand Slam champion, which is pretty cool. And obviously Jinder's invoking his rematch clause. There's a weird build-up for ages. It was like Randy Orton was going to face Jinder at, I think it was supposed to be Backlash or something. But I'm guessing if Jeff Hardy retains, then Randy Orton faces Jeff Hardy instead. So I'm going to go Jeff to retain on this one. Mainly for the sake of keep one title on one side, one on the other. It would be a weird swerve if Jinder wins it, only for Randy to win it off him. Which I don't see that happening. I don't think anyone wants their feud back from last year, because that was god-awful. Like, the first match, fair enough, I liked the first match, but literally the two other matches after that were almost carbon copies of each other. Especially Money in the Bank was a carbon copy of Backlash. And then obviously we had the Punjabi prison match, where the Great Khali returned. Speaking of which, Great Khali is going to be in the Greatest Royal Rumble, so that should be interesting. But yeah, so I've got Jeff Hardy to retain. US title. We've got AJ Styles versus a newly healed Shinsuke Nakamura as of WrestleMania because he failed to capture the title off AJ Styles. Very obsessed with hitting the low blow. I feel like the story to this is Shinsuke's going to... I believe Shinsuke's going to win the title, and I do believe it's going to be because of a low blow. Ref's going to be distracted by something. He's literally just going to hit him in the bollocks and then Kinshasa him. So that's what I'm going with. We've also got Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy versus Cesaro and Sheamus in a tag team match for the vacant Raw Tag Team Championship. That's because at WrestleMania, the Bar lost to Braun Strowman and Nicholas, who was this 10-year-old kid. Turns out to be one of the referee's sons. So, see where that came from. And then instantly the night after, they said that due to scheduling conflicts, being Nicholas is still in 4th grade, they've decided to vacate the titles. Sorry, I've really got a bit of a cold building up. And then there was a tournament to see who would face Cesaro and Sheamus, considering they were the last champions. They had an automatic rematch clause. They've been traded to SmackDown, though, and basically the winner of this tournament was the newly reformed Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy. I don't know if they have an official team name, but one I've heard, which I really like, is the Deleter of Worlds. So I'm going to go with that. But then, yeah, because Cesaro and Sheamus are on SmackDown, I'm going to say that Bray and Matt are going to win it, because it would be nice for them to get titles together. It's what everyone's wanted for a while. Originally they wanted the feud. The feud was a bit it was hit and miss sometimes. But now it's actually, now that they're actually teamed up, it's brilliant. But yeah, I'm going to go for those two to win, because Cesaro and Sheamus have already been 4-time Raw Tag Team Champions. I don't think there need to be a 5th one, especially if they go to SmackDown. And then for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, it's Harper and Rowan versus the Usos. Pretty much same thing. I'm going to go Harper and Rowan because the Usos have held it 4 or 5 times now, and they don't really need to be holding it anymore. So I'm going to go with the Bludgeon Brothers, keep them going for a bit, maybe have some new up-and-coming tag team, who knows, actually face them for the title. But yeah, I'm going to stick with the Bludgeon Brothers to retain that one. Then we've got Cedric Alexander versus Kalisto in a singles match for the Cruiserweight Championship. I'm going to go for Cedric to retain, and I believe these two can pull off an amazing Cruiserweight match. It's nice that people are actually paying attention to the Cruiserweights now, and they've finally got the right champion for it. But yeah, I'm going to go with Cedric to retain his title. We've got Brock Lesnar defending the Universal title against Roman Reigns. This is where I feel Roman's going to win the title, because apparently in Saudi Arabia they quite like him, and it'll be the best way for them to have this video package where it's such a positive feeling when Roman wins the title. Obviously he's going to get booed when he goes back to the US, but that's just how it goes, unfortunately. But I'm going to go Roman to retain, Roman to win the title of Brock Lesnar. Then we've got Undertaker versus Rusev in a casket match. There wasn't really a build-up to it. Rusev wasn't happy with his position in the company. They then gifted him a US title match, and then they made him lose that. So again, he wasn't happy. And then they just randomly booked a casket match with The Undertaker, with Rusev going against him. He jokingly said, "Bury me softly, brother," on Twitter. And then they changed it to Chris Jericho, and now they've changed it back to Rusev. So, it's, if they can't even make their mind up about it, I don't think people are going to pay too much attention. It's going to be The Undertaker because it's a casket match. Like, if it was buried live, maybe Rusev would win, but considering it's a casket match, I'm going to go with The Undertaker. To literally bury Rusev, because that's how much WWE do not like him, despite the fact everyone else does. And he sells for them, I don't get WWE's logic sometimes. And then finally, we have the main event itself, the Greatest Royal Rumble match. A 50-man Royal Rumble match. So the current record for longest participants in a single Rumble match is Rey Mysterio with 1 hour and 2 minutes. I believe that might be broken. I don't know by who. I know Jericho at last year's WrestleMania did like 1 hour and 1 minute. Like 1 hour, 1 minute and 50-something seconds, I think. But I do believe someone might go for like 1 hour and 15 or 1 hour and 10. I don't know who. Maybe Braun Strowman. But my pick for it is Braun Strowman himself, because obviously it'd be a nice, happy feeling to have at the end with the most over superstar in the main event picture to actually win in the match he's participating in. I don't think, because of how much they love Roman, I don't think they're going to break his record for most eliminations in a single Rumble match. Because he's now has most eliminations in the Rumble match and most eliminations in a Survivor Series match. So God knows what else they can try and give him. Yeah, I feel like Braun will probably get about 8 or 9, but I feel like he will be the last one standing and will actually win the trophy. So that's my predictions for WWE Greatest Rumble. Let me know what you think of the predictions, what your predictions are, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. Alright, bye.